Welcome back to Journeys by Jingle, the podcast where we talk about all things travel, the planning, the dreaming, and everything that happens behind the scenes to make a great trip actually happen. I'm Jennifer Ingle, your travel advisor and your host, and today I have a field report for you. Last week on this show, I told you how travel advisors really learn a destination, supplier training, professional networks, and something called a fam trip, where advisors experience a property firsthand so we can represent it honestly to our clients. Well, this week you get to see exactly what that looks like in practice, because I just spent a full day touring the brand new Universal Kids Resort in Frisco, Texas, on the ground in 100-degree Texas heat, with my 11-year-old niece Alice serving as my official junior correspondent, and by mid-afternoon, my unofficial medical support team. We rode the rides, we ate the snacks, we played in the water areas, one of us on purpose, and one of us out of sheer survival instinct. And I came home with real first-hand answers to the question families are already asking me. Jennifer, is Universal Kids worth it for my family? Today, we're covering three things: what Universal Kids actually is, and just as importantly, what it isn't. The thing that impressed me most about this park, which is not a ride, and everything you need to know before you go. So let's get into it. Let's clear something up right away, because I know what some of you are picturing. This is not Universal Orlando's little sibling that's going to grow up someday and become Islands of Adventure. Universal Kids is its own thing, built from the ground up for young children. If I had to pick the sweet spot, I'd say ages 6, 7, 8. Alice at 11 was right at the top of the target range, and she still had a fantastic day, which says something. The park is laid out as a circle, rather than the hub and spoke design you might know from other parks. So you simply pick a direction at the entrance and work your way around. Go left and you start in Trolls, go right and you start with Minions. Along the loop, you'll find Shrek's Swamp, Puss in Boots, a kid-scaled Jurassic Land, SpongeBob's Bikini Bottom, and Gabby's Dollhouse anchoring the entrance with the Universal Store. We went left because when in doubt, always follow the glitter. Here's what this park does beautifully: characters and interaction. Poppy and Branch were out meeting guests at Park Open. We had a solid 5-minute visit with Shrek and Fiona, and I'll just say it, Fiona is the star of that meet and greet. Don't tell Shrek. The live shows were a highlight too. The Trolltastic concert countdown got an official thumbs up from Alice. And the puppet show at the Puss in Boots Theater is performed by genuinely masterful puppeteers. Now, for the honest part, because you know that's how we do things here, the rides are gentle and they are short. Rhonda's Trollfest Express is an adorable little coaster that does 2 full laps of the track, and even with both laps, you're looking about a minute of ride time. The headliner, the Cretaceous Coaster, has a queue built for Velocicoaster length lines, and the ride itself lasts about 30 seconds. It's fast, it's fun, it's 30 seconds. If you wait 5 minutes, you'll smile. If you someday wait 45, we need to talk. Alice's Hall of Fame, Bellow Bay Cruise in Minions Land. Think Cali Rivers Rapids energy from Disney's Animal Kingdom, and yes, you will get wet, which by that point in the day, I considered a medical intervention. And the water play areas, which are in nearly every land. Here's a detail that tells you everything about this park. Many kids simply wore their swimsuits all day. That's not a park quirk, that's the design. So here's the travel advisor lesson in all of this. Is it a good park? Is actually the wrong question. The right question is, who is this park good for? And the answer is families with little ones, especially kids who find the big parks loud, overwhelming, and exhausting. Universal Kids is a park where the 6-year-old is the VIP. Everything is scaled to them, paced for them, and staffed by people trained to meet them where they are. Which brings me to our next segment. Around 11 in the morning, a group of park executives were gathered outside the first aid station, and they took one look at me and asked what they could do for me. I don't know what it says about me that park leadership was checking on my well-being before noon, call it foreshadowing, but Alice piped up and told them I was a travel agent. And just like that, the resort's director of safety and security gave me a personal walking tour. This, friends, is why you bring an 11-year-old publicist. Here's what I learned, and this is the part of the episode I most want you to hear. Universal Kids is an autism-certified resort, and 96% of the staff have completed autism training. And that's not a plaque on the wall. I watched it in action all day long. Tucked around the park are sensory gardens, quiet green spaces where the sound of the park completely disappears, replaced by speakers playing birdsong and nature sounds. One of them has a wide stretch of soft grass where a child, or let's be honest, a parent, can lie down and reset. There's a family center with quiet rooms, a nursing room, family restrooms, and something you almost never see, an adult-sized changing table, which is enormous for families caring for older children and adults with disabilities. The first aid station is staffed by actual EMTs with treatment rooms and an ambulance bay. And any patient 16 or younger is automatically transported to Cook's Children's Medical Center, about 10 minutes away. As a travel professional and as an aunt, that level of intentional planning got my attention. And I saw the training pay off in real time. At the Swings Over Del Mar attraction, the team members spent extra time with a couple of kids who needed it, moving slowly, making sure each child was comfortable, double-checking every restraint without a hint of rushing. Yes, it made the load time longer. Nobody cared. The staff interaction across this entire park reminded me of old-school Disney service, and honestly, it might be even better. Here's why this matters for you. If you're traveling with a child on the autism spectrum, or any family members with a disability, this kind of design is rare, and it is exactly the kind of thing that never shows up on a park map or a booking site. You find it by walking the park, which, if you listen to last week's episode, is precisely why fam trips exist. All right, real talk time. Let's start with the weather, because it very nearly ended me. It was 100 degrees the day we visited, and here's the critical thing to understand. There's essentially no shade in this park, and every attraction is outdoors. The queues are covered mostly and have fans, and there are misters throughout, but there are exactly 3 indoor air-conditioned restaurants in the whole park. I drank 20 ounces of water every hour and still hit a wall around 2 o'clock. Somewhere between the spinning dinosaur ride and the barrel ride with water cannons, your host transitioned from travel professional to cautionary tale. My phone actually overheated and shut itself down. I revived it in the Minions splash pad, which I'm fairly sure is not in the owner's manual. Meanwhile, Alice was completely fine, because Alice did the smart thing. She got soaked in every single water play area. Learn from her, dress the kids in swimsuits or preferably rash guards and water shoes from the start. And adults, I am officially giving you permission to do the same. Take the shoes off, get in the splash pad, and live your truth. Also, from a personal experience footnote, I am not a spinny ride kind of girl, and this park has an entire portfolio of things that spin. Mr. DNA's double helix spin lifts you up, rotates you clockwise, and lets your vehicle spin like a teacup. Alice thought it was magnificent. I thought about that nice treatment room in first aid. Know your limits, friends. Now, the budget picture, because this is where I put my advisor hat firmly back on. Tickets run slightly over $100 a day, and parking is about $20. Inside the park, a refillable souvenir mug is $21.99, and it does connect to Coke freestyle machines at the restaurants. Absolutely worth it in that heat. A $12 cookie sounds outrageous until you see it. It genuinely feeds a family of 4. The souvenir ice cream runs about $23. A cake pop is nearly $11. And a real lunch for the 2 of us was about $32. And credit where credit is due, the food was really good. A few logistics. The park has its own separate app, mostly a map for now, but likely more useful as crowds grow. On most rides, you cannot take bags, phones, water bottles, or even hats. There were paid lockers at the front of the park, or you leave your belongings on a rail at the ride exit, which works fine at low crowds and is something I'll be watching as attendance picks up. And an expectation setting note. For anyone picturing a bibbidi-bobbidi style makeover, Sparkle Shine Glitter Glow is a face painting experience. A cute one, affordably priced at about $17 to $20, but it's face painting in a salon chair, not a full transformation. So set those expectations before you get in line, not after. So here is my professional bottom line. If your family is already in or headed to the Dallas-Fort Worth area and you've got kids in that roughly 3 to 8 window, Universal Kids is a genuinely fun, wonderfully staffed day. And for families with sensory needs, it might be the most thoughtfully designed park I've ever seen. Right now, I'd call it a fantastic add-on to a Texas trip rather than a fly across the country destination in itself. Go on a weekday. Plan on early entry if you're staying at the hotel. And for the love of all things troll, check the forecast. So let's bring this full circle. Last week, I told you that fam trips are one of the ways travel advisors learn destinations. This episode is what that actually looks like. The sweat, the spinny rides, the 30-second coasters, and the first-hand answers that no website can give you. When a client asks me, is Universal Kids right for my family? I'm not guessing. I've walked that park. I know which lands your kids will love, where the quiet spaces are, what it really costs, and exactly which cookie can feed your entire family. That's the value of a travel advisor. Not just convenience, but expertise you can actually trust, sometimes earned the sweaty way. If you're dreaming about a family theme park trip, Universal Kids, Orlando, Disney, any of it, I would love to be in your corner. Reach out to me at journeysbyjingle.net or find me on Instagram and Facebook. And don't forget, the Journeys by Jingle Travel Club is launching this fall with our first gathering on October 6th. If you love to travel and want to be a part of a community that's planning adventures, dreaming big, and learning together, stay tuned. Details are coming soon. Until next time, keep dreaming, keep planning, and I will see you on the next journey. And Alice, you have officially earned unlimited strawberry lemonade for life.